In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on May 10, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Cleveland Guardians versus Chicago White Sox. American League Central foes will continue a 3-game series on Tuesday night when the Cleveland Guardians visit the Chicago White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. Monday's series opener provided one of the wildest games of the season, with Cleveland winning 12-9 in 11 innings to cash in as a plus 169 underdog. Cleveland is now above .500 at 15-14 for the season, while the White Sox fall back to even at 14-14. These teams met in late April in Cleveland, with the Guardians rolling to a 3-game sweep while outscoring the White Sox 19-5. This season, Cleveland's offense has taken advantage of facing right-handed pitchers, ranking third in runs per bat. Currently, their batting average versus righties sits at a healthy 0.277. Cleveland has found their power stroke with righties on the mound, posting a slugging percentage of 0.441. Ranking first. Even with Lucas Giolito on the mound, I expect the Guardians to continue their strong offensive success. While Giolito won't be an easy opponent, the White Sox are too heavily favored given the flaws they have shown thus far. Quantrill is good enough to give Cleveland a chance against this White Sox offense that has scuffled so much, and the Guardians have value with how their lineup has been able to perform. Cleveland has given the White Sox problems this season so far, and these plus odds are too tough to pass up as the lack of offense makes Chicago vulnerable. So the Cleveland Guardians money line is our full game side pick. White Sox starter Lucas Giolito comes into the game with a record of just 1-1. Heading into action, his ERA comes in at 3.2. To date, he has a batting average of 0.214. Opposing batters have been able to hit for power against Giolito. So far, he has allowed 4 home runs, leading to a per-9 average of 1.88. For the season, Giolito has picked up 32 strikeouts on a K rate of 41%. Lucas Giolito has walked batters at a rate of 10%, placing him in the MLB average. In their games against righties, Chicago has struggled to score runs, averaging just 0.09 runs per at-bat 29th, with a batting average of just 0.216 against righties. The White Sox rank near the bottom of the league. Chicago's power numbers with righties on the mound come in below the MLB average, as they rank 26th in slugging percentage 0.332. Even though the White Sox have won each of their last 5 games, the team is only averaging 3.4 runs per game in this stretch. Even with Cleveland's good offense, reaching the over is going to be hard with Giolito on the mound, as his stuff looks absolutely electric in the early going, leading to a 40.5% strikeout rate. Chicago's strong bullpen depth also gives it plenty of great options even with the current injury situation. And White Sox relievers have surrendered a minuscule 0.4 HR9 rate to date. The Guardians have boasted one of the best front offices at pitching development over the last decade, which gives them a consistently strong bullpen despite not having many big names outside of the overpowering closer Clays. Despite what we saw yesterday, Chicago is a team that is going to play a lot of low-scoring matchups at the moment, and the starting pitchers are good enough to ensure a low-scoring game here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus Los Angeles Angels. It is a battle of 2 of the top teams in the American League on Tuesday when the Tampa Bay Rays take on the Los Angeles Angels. The Tampa Bay Rays face the Los Angeles Angels with both teams off to strong starts to the season. The Rays have an 18-12 record and have won 6 of their last 8 games, while the Angels have a 20-11 record and with back-to-back wins are in first place in the American League West Division. For the upcoming game, the Rays will look for Corey Kluber to build off a scoreless 6-inning start, while the Angels hope Reed Detmers bounces back from a 4.2-inning start where he allowed 3 runs. The Rays suffered a bad loss in Anaheim to open this series last night. However, they have a great chance to rebound on Tuesday night as they send Corey Kluber to the mound. Kluber has pitched to a 2.36 ERA and a 2.96 Fahrenheit IP across 5 starts, including 6 shutout innings in his last outing against Oakland. He has yet to give up more than 2 earned runs in a start this season, and he will need to be on his game once again in tonight's matchup against this dangerous Angels lineup. Opposing Kluber will be lefty Reed Detmers for the Angels, who has a 5.32 ERA across 5 starts. The highly touted prospect has struggled to begin the season after making the rotation out of spring training, as he relies a bit too much on his fastball, which has been getting hit hard by these big league lineups. He utilizes this pitch 50% of the time to set up his great curveball, but as previously mentioned, opponents aren't being fooled by it and have an expected batting average of .309 against the flat stuff. Detmers also hasn't made it past the 5th inning in any start so far, so the Angels' bullpen may be called upon quickly if the Rays score early and often in this game. Both offenses are capable of having a successful night, but the visitors have the advantage on the mound and in the bullpen, which should catapult them to a victory. I get the case to be made for the Angels here, as Los Angeles is tearing the cover off of the ball right now. However, I'm still not sold on Reed Detmers, and while he hasn't been the easiest to read over the past couple of years, Corey Kluber's pitching some of his best ball that we've seen in some time from him. I believe that the Rays get back on the horse here behind Kluber and snag a win on Tuesday, so the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. The Angels, who average 4.36 runs per game, should make hard contact throughout the game with Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, and the rest of the lineup swinging for the fences and powering the ball against Corey Kluber, who has allowed 7 runs in 20.2 innings this season. The Rays, who have scored 40 runs in the last 7 games, should run up the score with Jai-Man Choi, Wander Franco, Manuel Margot, and the rest of the batting order making hard contact and circling the bases throughout the game against Reed Detmers, who is allowing 13 runs in 22 innings to force him out of the game early, allowing the lineup to then attack the Angels' bullpen for multiple innings. Both the Angels and the Rays have been carried by their batting orders this season, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with both teams plating base runners throughout the game against 2 struggling starting pitchers. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus San Diego Padres. San Diego hosts the Cubs on Tuesday night in Game 2 of a 3-game series. Chicago took the first game of the series, putting up 3 runs on rookie Mackenzie Gore, while ace Kyle Hendricks was dominant, falling just short of a complete game shutout. He was pulled with 2 outs in the 9th after allowing just 3 hits and a walk while piling up 7 strikeouts. Seiya Suzuki got things started with an RBI double in the first, and Ian Happ knocked an RBI single to make it 2-0. Hendricks made the game feel much more lopsided than it was with his terrific outing, and the Cubs kept tacking on to win the game 6-0 going away. The victory was the 10th of the season for the Cubs, giving them a 10-18 record overall, while the loss dropped the Padres to 18-11 on the year so far. Both starting pitchers in this matchup are returning from injury and have some uncertainty around them, but Clevinger is farther along in his recovery, more stretched out, and is the better pitcher to begin with. Miley's rehab start that only lasted 41 innings, and while the Cubs bullpen has been in the middle of the pack with .346 ERA, with Keegan Thompson and Michael Rucker unavailable after recent long relief stints, the Cubs will be forced to use some of their weaker arms to cover the innings that Miley is unable to. San Diego's offense should be able to take advantage of a good matchup here, and the red-hot Machado and Hosmer will give Clevinger enough run support to make it so he can be a little rusty and less than perfect while still pitching his team to victory. We haven't gotten to see much of Clevinger yet this year, and his first start was pretty shaky. That said, Clevinger carries a career record of 44-23 with a 3.21 ERA and 607 Kelvins in 547 innings, so he should be just fine. With Miley, who is coming off an elbow injury, on the other side, this matchup has quite a bit of intrigue, so the San Diego Padres money line is our full game side pick. Both of these pitchers were in mid-season form. This total might warrant some more consideration, but with Miley on a limited pitch count and Clevinger still getting his feet back under him after more than a full season away from the mound, this low total will be cleared easily. The Cubs are going to have to cover a lot of innings without their 2 best long relievers, and San Diego's offense has been red hot as of late. Neither of these pitchers are going to be perfect, and Machado especially is in a favorable spot to do damage. Between the starters themselves both being in poor starts to achieve their typical success, and the huge potential for add-on runs late in the game due to weak bullpen pitching, this one will clear the low total and hit the over with room to spare. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.